Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. My name is Kerman, and today I'm going to be your trusty chief engineer and head of piloting again. I've done a little bit of craft development in between, and yeah, let's take a look at that. Here you can read Orbital Shuttle prototype, Orbital Shuttle prototype, Orbital Shuttle prototype, and this is the final version of it. And it is fairly good. Although in any case, in this craft, every single action group is taken, because there's so much to manage on it. Well, I'll show you. You have to toggle the sabers, the turbofans, the ramjets, switch the ramjets mode, switch the saber mode, open the two cargo bays, the two different. You have to toggle the turbofan engine gimbal, otherwise my craft is uncontrollable. The Mark V cockpit torque, and the solar panels. So there's virtually no room for any other things in this craft. But that doesn't matter. It works. Yes, it does. And we're going to use this to transport a few things into space. And I'll show you what I mean with that in just a second. Okay, here we are now. So, where is it? Okay. This here is one of the things I'm... That's the solar booster stage. It is a modular design that I have pre-built in order to get it into my ascent plane and fly it into orbit. The other thing, well, let's try out something first. You might notice the load sub button here. Okay. No. Okay, let's take it off. And that's a lifter. And the solar booster stage. Thank you. Okay. So now we have it saved as a subassembly with the subassembly manager. And secondly, we can now load the other thing I was building. Nothing of this is pre-tested or yet, as of yet, but this here is the solar booster stage tank. We'll do the same. We're going to save this as a sub. And that's a probe. Solar booster stage tank. Okay. These things are designed to fit together modularly, so I can dock another thing down here, or up here, or I can dock this to something as a modular fuel tank, and it will work perfectly fine. And they're the exact fitting length to fit them inside the cargo bay of the space plane I've built. And we're gonna do that now that I've saved it. We're going to load them, and we're going to do something with that now. This is a test run. Last time I tried something like this, my Kerbal Space Program always had these random freakouts. Good. Pick that off. Let's see if I can fit this thing inside my cargo bay somehow. Ah. Well. Perfect fit. And it? The center of mass is a little bit too much forwards. That's the thing when you play Kerbal Space Program that much. Oh. Hello. That works, I suppose. Okay. Now then. We've added it successfully. Time to get it into space. And see how well our shuttle performs on getting stuff into space. And also... yeah. And also how well it copes with a payload of 65 tons. That is how shockingly much this design weighs. You might notice that I've gone for a very low part count in this design. This is because my computer, it's not a dinosaur, but I suppose it could be a lot better. It's a rather old computer, and anything above 200 to 250 parts is something like a better slideshow. This is not fun to record. First thing, and secondly, that's not fun for you to watch either, because I don't know how good I am at post-commentary. I'm sorry, but I don't know how well it will work. Let's put some struts into these so that they're more stable connected, and that should do the trick. Well then. Oh yeah. For any of those who might play with the B9 aerospace pack and wonder, why does he only have one fuel tank? I have two. Because I played around in the config files, and you might notice HL /front adapter contains liquid fuel. HL /front adapter liquid fuel oxide. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at this. I've put an info drive on this craft. And, well, I plan on sharing some of the stuff I've made. And therefore, if I want to share the craft file, I'll have to share all the engines and stuff. And therefore, I have added this to the craft so that you know what to press for what to do. Okay. I suppose that's good enough. Let's close the cargo bays. And well, I had a little bit of sneezing in between. Well, after that, and now after closing the landing gear, let's test this craft and lift off. Oh yeah. If frame rate is too bad, I'm gonna have to resort to a post-commentary for this one. But let's hope it copes well enough so that we don't get a problem. But you see the timer here is yellow already, so that might be a very long and tedious flight. 110. Can we lift off? Nope, we cannot yet lift off. Now we can lift off. Whoa. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn off engine gimbal, which is a very bad idea, because the engines are so closely placed to the center of mass that all the gimbal from my engines is pushing my craft down instead of pushing it around and turning it. So that's not the best thing to do. But we have successfully lifted off and are now on our way up. So I think that's a fairly good... yeah, that's fairly good. I'll catch ya once we're up and gaining speed near orbit. Till then. Okay, we've now switched to the ramjets and turned off the turbojets. We're accelerating maybe at 3 meters per second in the straight line. Let's hope we're gonna make it fast enough and high enough. Ooh, I noticed that we're very high already. Yeah, I'll catch ya once we can switch to ramjet mode. Or I don't know what I'm gonna do. Something like that. Till then. Okay, we've now already successfully switched to scramjet mode. So we have now arrived at the orbital insertion burn. Sun is up. That is good. Let us open the cargo bay doors. Let us throttle up. And let us deploy our solar panels, so that we may gain electricity. I like this design. Oh well, oh yeah. Throttle up to max. And we're going to finish our orbital insertion burn. See you. Well, it's technically almost finished, so I'm not going to see you when it's finished. Okay, we have now finished our orbital insertion burn. Well, time to deploy the payload then. But that's in a second or so. Stabilize it. I'm quite surprised how good it performs. And next thing to do, deploy the payload. So let's warp to a little bit more daylight, and we'll see each other then. Okay, I may have to do some accessory thingies, but oh well. What I've basically done is I've forgotten to install any form of solar panels, or rather put the action groups for these solar panels here in any way, shape or form. Set them up. Okay, this is full on fuel, this is full on fuel. If used no monopropellant, fine. Control from here. Decouple node. Okay. Let's toggle the RCS system. Reverse a little. Ah, this is the correct craft. Push up. Up and out. Surprised how stable that thing is. Oh yeah. I very much like the design already. Let's get it up a little more. Oops, wrong key. It's very stable, as you see. I thrust, and there's almost no movement. That's very good. My SAS is going crazy a little. Okay. 180 degrees. Put on fine controls for a better controllability. and that's good enough for me. Put on the RCS. Put off the RCS. That's as you. Okay, that's good enough for me. Okay, we've deployed our first payload. Let's go on and fly this baby home. Okay, close the doors. So where are you, Kerbal Space Program runway? Oh, boo-boo, you're on this side of the planet. Maybe I can still do a daylight landing. I don't know. See you then. There you see our Orbital Shuttle booster stage after one orbit. And we're now going to descend onto the planet and leave it in orbit. Okay. And goodbye, Orbital Booster Stage probe. Oh well. We're now en route to landing on Kerbin. This is the deorbit burn. I once again apologize for the terrible frame rate, but I already told you that I have a kind of shitty computer, or however you want to call it, and that it does not perform the best of all PCs, so don't expect any miracle performances of it. Whoa, we're way too short already. Oh well, that means I'm gonna have to dress stuff differently. Let's turn around. Okay, we've now hit the atmosphere. Time to, well, I've already retracted the solar panels. Time to close. Oops, wrong hangar bay door. Time to close our hangar bay doors. Yep. Yeah, I think that's, well, what I think about my Orbital Shuttle. It performs much better than it seems, saying that I not just experimented in our first Let's Play folder and play, but also my other two thingies looked at what I tried to build there and spent probably 5 hours of development time there. This craft here, on the other hand, maybe took 20 minutes with all the experience I gathered. And for such a simple design, it flies very well. I'm very much surprised on how capable it is. We're gonna land short. Let's add our ramjet, push on a little bit of throttle, and hope we are not going to flame out. How come we're consuming... Oh well. I have enough electric charge so that I can consume 9 per second. Yeah. Let's pull up. Throttle up. Activate our buddy called Wing Leveler. And let's get this party started. Okay. Think that's good enough for our first try. The most difficult phase of re-entry is now over, and I'm going to see you once again at the runway for landing. Till then. By the way, I figured out what consumed that much electricity. That was our buddy called Saber Plasma Electric Propulsion Engine. Oh well, it's now solved. Let's go home. Okay, we're now at our final approach. I've leveled up my trajectory. Now it's all about flying in there. Okay, we need that thrust here. We're coming a little bit sideways. Let's pull up again. I wish I could see this stuff better. Okay. Turn off the engines. Okay. Get out the gear. And turn off the wing leveler. We're much too low. Oh yeah. I would say this is a textbook landing. So, we successfully, well, this is it for this Let's Play. We've gotten a tank into orbit. We've now tested the Orbital Shuttle. It works. It got 65 tons of payload in orbit, which is more than I hoped it could do. But the way I engineered it, I made it like that I could, well, I basically tested it with 2 orange fuel tanks in it. In one of my other folders. And it managed that too, so yeah, it was just that this payload is different and has more parts and stuff, and I wanted to see how it handles this much part. I don't know where I'm gonna go with that, what I've learned, but I hope we can be successful, and yeah. And we can have a very good, very working space program now. Well, like I said, that's it from me. Have a nice day. Oh, and any sort of questions and stuff to me, post it in the comments. Leave suggestions on how I could improve in the comments. If you liked the video, please rate it, because that really helps me if you do that kind of stuff. Leave comments, tell me how I could improve myself and stuff. Yeah. And thanks for watching. Bye.